Hello and welcome to NJAHU Live. We're here on the conference floor of ARLU 2014. And today we're going to be talking about the value of conference sponsorship. We've got some incredible sponsors here today. The sponsors are the lifeblood of the ARLU conference. They make it possible every year. Without their generosity, we wouldn't be able to put on 3 great days of CE classes, of different speakers, of different events, and obviously plenty of networking.
One of the benefits of a sponsor is the opportunity to show a certain level of commitment to the industry, to our producers, all the brokers that are out there selling our business, and it also shows the brokers that we are committed, and it's an opportunity to prospect new clientele and also be in the face of existing clientele.
It's just an excellent opportunity for us to network with all the insurance agents who come down for the conference, network with our counterparts from other carriers and see what is going on in the industry. So it is just one of those conferences that we wouldn't consider missing ever, because it brings so much value to us in the networking that we can do while we're here.
We've been a sponsor, and every year we've been able to grow and do a little bit more as we've grown. Big believers that giving is where it starts, and in the long run we get more than we give, particularly when it comes to this association.
We're a New Jersey-based company, so it's important that we get out and see our New Jersey consumers, and they get to see the products that we have available in the marketplace. Because we recognize the value of our brokers who are here. Every year there's roughly over 500 brokers, and again, they play a key role in our business, so it's important that we not only support the brokers, but we also support the NJAHU organization.
The reality is we are also always in the relationship business, and there's no better function at the state level than this meeting on an annual basis to quantify and qualify and continue to build on those relationships that we've been working on and working with, and friends for that matter. We may have a broker that does business with us who has a friend that we have not met, and we get an introduction, and all of a sudden we have access to someone who we would not have had, and letting them know what's latest and greatest about our organization.
I think for us a huge benefit is to be right here, right on the floor with the people that are out there selling our product, and we make ourselves available. It's really like being with friends and family where everyone knows your name. And that's a great opportunity.
One of the best benefits is really getting our word out about new products, new services, and having the informal, talking that we can have with everyone as they meander through the exhibitor hall. It really gives us a nice opportunity to talk to people in maybe a different setting than we normally would in their office or at a client's office, and you really get an idea of what they're going through on a day-to-day basis, and we sometimes get to see people that we don't always see, and to share the word about what's new with us and what's going on in the marketplace.
I have seen the audience grow, and I have seen the sponsorships grow. And I love how, the committee sort of goes out of the box to recruit new sponsors, because at the end of the day, there are other levels or other companies that we all touch that are our businesses that we sell insurance to will need to touch, so they're here. It's giving the brokers more exposure to offer a wide portfolio to their clients.
It's a great opportunity to present to some of the very best producers the state has to offer.
It's a great way to get your product exposed. Again, the attendance is roughly over 500 people, so it's great exposure. So come on down and enjoy us next year. I hope we do it year after year. I hope the conference continues to get better and better, and we certainly plan on attending and being here. We
can't even emphasize how important it is for people to sponsor the conference. We've got aisles and aisles of fantastic sponsors and exhibitors. Learn more about NJHU at njhu.org. Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to NJAHU Live. We're here on the conference floor of ARLU 2014, and today we're talking about the tremendous value of being a member of NJAHU.
I can't imagine being in this industry and not being a member of NJAHU. I am so proud when I go into a client meeting or a prospect for new business and I can say that I am president of the Monmouth Ocean chapter, I'm on the state board, involved in the legislative. When I say all of the activities and the involvement that I've had, including that PPACA informational seminar, I can tell you they're very impressed. And I think that as a business, because we all have business outside of this organization, and if you're looking to grow your business, it's an excellent way to do that. Become that resource, become that advocate for your clients, and have them see you as the knowledgeable professional that you are by joining the organization.
To be almost like a referral source of information, brokers, professionals, TPAs. I mean, the education you get is one thing, but just the relationships and people that I've encountered over the past 10 years has been outstanding. And being involved, I think, is the key. Being a member is one thing, but being involved and being an active member has helped my practice gain traction and just credibility because people know you're informed, because you're running with a group of people who are on the game.
It allows for a professional polish that I think most of us really seek and don't always have the opportunity, because if we're a solo practitioner, we're perhaps doing it on our own. This gives you the opportunity from a collective perspective to gain a better understanding. And then from the advocacy perspective that NJAHU plays in terms of helping their career is, understanding the temperature in Trenton, understanding the temperature from a federal perspective. Those are experiential opportunities and understandings that, absent that, I think clients are less well suited with other advisors than they are with a NJAHU advisor. So I think it's not just the fact that you're better informed and better positioned, but your clients see that and perceive it, and I think it's a real edge that others don't get the opportunity to share.
It's an absolute launch to your career. We've had groups call us and say, listen, we need somebody that's politically engaged, we want someone that really understands PPACA and has their finger on the heartbeat. And that's where the NJAHU website is a wonderful tool. If you're a member, the organization promotes you and your knowledge base. And a lot of people are afraid right now, so they're looking for that guidance, and NJAHU can offer that education and exposure.
It's having such an opportunity over my last 20 or so years in this industry to really be engaged with people, I think, at a very, very different level. And not because we were competitors or because we were playing from the same perspective, but because we were each a member, because we were contributing something back to the whole. So I think just getting back to meeting people that you've known for a long time as if you'd seen them the day before.
The camaraderie and the friendship that you develop from being in this industry, although some of us are competitors or we have different roles in the industry, this is an opportunity to come together, share our experiences, our knowledge, and our friendship with others.
Legislative events, recent events with the federal government getting involved in this business, I think it's made those who make a living in this business more aware of getting their voice heard. It may not be very effective, it's very hard to move the needle in Washington, but it's very important that we get the message out of what our role is and how important we are to business owners and their employees, and then ultimately their families.
I never had an opportunity until I went out on the broker side to get down to Capitol Conference, and it was eye-opening for me. I was there for the entire 3-day stay, and it was just overwhelming how uninformed our legislators are, and what a great opportunity it is to be a part of educating and seeing to it that our industry was protected. So that really got me plugged in and passionate.
It's been a great event to go talk to direct one-on-one with the politicos and convey your concerns of your clients. And I think it really bodes well for us, because now when you come back to your clients, it gives you a lot of credibility that you are acting on their behalf. You're not sitting back, you're being proactive and helping them be heard. And I think that's the voice.
What I think is really great, though, was not just being a member, but becoming more actively involved in the board itself. I'm currently president of Monmouth Ocean chapter. We have a great chapter. And I think it's helped me professionally just by working on the board and giving me new opportunities that I wouldn't have had if I didn't take advantage of that.
There are a lot of different ways to get engaged and get the information. And another big one is just your local chapters. There are chapter meetings every month, and each chapter tries to bring to its membership that information that will help them, give them the competitive advantage in the marketplace. You're always looking to see what are the tools out there, especially the new tools that you can bring to your clients to create more value for them. Where are there opportunities? Check with your local chapter. Every chapter is always looking for volunteers. You can lend an hour or 2 or 3 a month. It helps the chapter.
Those that are not involved, they're really missing the boat. And our crusade, my crusade, is to get the word out to the thousands of brokers that aren't members here, because this is a true professional organization and the experience has been nothing but fulfilling.
Reach out to one of the local chapters, get on the website, and right now that is the most important thing.
You know, I've steadily seen my participation increase over the years. I would encourage all of the members not just to be a member, and not just to go to the meetings, which are also phenomenal opportunities, but take their career to that next level by being an active member of either a committee or actually serving on the board. Just want to make sure everybody takes the opportunity that we've talked about this morning and says, how can I become a member? And if I'm not, I really should be, because I think that they'll find the huge value in doing that.
Get a membership application on NJAHU.org. Download a membership application, we'll process it immediately. Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to NJAHU Live. We're here at the ARLU conference floor and we're talking right now about the value of the broker community. What is the value of the broker in the healthcare system? What is so important about having a broker help with the selling of insurance?
The broker is the lifeline. The broker is the person who is supposed to know how to deal with your benefits, is supposed to know how to correct issues that go wrong with your benefits. The broker is your resource, so you can do your job, because your job should not be benefits. That's my job. That's what I've been doing for 20 years. And so my role as a broker is to be your advocate, is to be your support person in trying to make this whole thing work.
The broker brings a real perception of what's going on in the marketplace. They're the liaison between the consumer, the insurance carrier, and the legislation and the laws that interact with healthcare. And it's the insurance broker's job to provide advice and consultative services to advise their clients of what's available in the marketplace.
And the value of the broker has always been, we assist employers, we help them with their benefit selections based on their economics, their group. We assist employees, we're the go-to person. This whole new world is so difficult to navigate. And individuals who are trying to navigate that their plans were canceled, how do they figure out what they can afford in the new world order? Small groups, everything has changed, plans have changed, rating has changed. Trying to help employers, how do you come up with a rate for a group? I mean, it's really very specific. I think that our role is just expanded.
What I do with clients, I explore the world of options that they might have and educate them, whether it's a health savings account or a health reimbursement arrangement. It will depend on their specific needs. It's not cookie cutter, not every client's the same. Everybody has different needs, whether they're large or small, they have different needs, and the ability of me being a broker enables me to bring the carriers, third-party administrators into the fold to create a solution for clients.
You have to think about what you need and what you can afford. And I think as brokers too, we've become very innovative, you know, putting plans together, you know, putting HSAs and HRAs. We kind of have had to think outside the box the last few years, and I think that will continue. At each step of the way, the broker is going to be the best friend of the employer and of the individual, because everything, it is a whole new world order. I don't know how people will do it on their own. I really don't. I think they're going to make mistakes that can really have a big impact.
You fight on a day-to-day basis for your client. You help with billing issues, you help with enrollment, you help with taking people off the plan, making sure they get their COBRA notice. In the event there are some claims that are paid on an out-of-network basis that should have been in-network, you run interference, and you basically do everything from soup to nuts, and you're a phone call away, and no matter what happens, you're the first line, and a lot of times the only line of defense for your clients.
There's been frustration currently to the new healthcare reform. Starting in January, people can't necessarily get somebody on the phone in the carrier. They may call the 800 number on the back of their cards, but eventually, since they trust you, the source, the broker, they're going to call you. They're going to ask you questions and say, well, what do I do? How do I process this claim? It's dealing with their health. Obviously, we're at an insurance conference for medical insurance. We're dealing with medical, heart attacks, cuts, bruises. We're not talking about property and casualty where we have buildings. It's personal.
Well, the feedback we've gotten from the PPACA Roadshow has been fantastic. We've presented that show probably 30 times in the last few months, and it's been eye-opening, because there's so many different nuances and different rules and different things that occur that a business owner, even if you're just reading the New York Times or the Star Ledger or whatever, you're not going to see the whole picture. They've walked away knowing a little bit more and understanding a little bit more, and their brokers have walked away understanding a little bit more. It's been received very, very well. The future of the health insurance broker is more as an overall consultant. Our role has changed from kind of a hit and run situation where we would sell you a benefit package in January. We'd leave you alone until your renewal hit, maybe you had a problem or what have you, and then we'd hit you every so often. Now our role is much more consultative. It is a much more everyday type situation, so it's a lot more than it's ever been. We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
In general, the value, and brought to this conference as well, is you work for your clients and you also represent the insurance carrier, so you're a key connector on the phone with a carrier per se. You don't have time. You want to reach out to somebody that you trust. So the ability for me to be able to be a broker and be a connector for those two things is always an asset. And here in general, legislatively, to be involved and make differences, we're an advocate working for the employers as well.
I'm happy to be here because I think that, you know, the broker is we're the key. And I think the other part that brokers are there all the time. I think the misnomer is, as brokers, we go in and we sell a product and we leave. And our business is really about relationship. And it's really about being that person who's there in the front line. And I tell my employers, bypass yourself, come to me. That's my job, and that's my assistant's job. So, you know, if you ask me, we're invaluable.
Thank you very much for being here. We're here talking about the value of the broker.